Toronto area real estate prices finally fall across the board despite mortgage rate decreases. That's right, the Toronto and Mississauga real estate markets are slowing down and doing so quickly. Will we continue to see prices drop with continually lowering interest rates, or is this just a small blip? Let's take a closer look as we go over the Greater Toronto Area market stats for July 2024. If we haven't met, my name is Morgan Little. I'm a realtor here in the GTA who specializes in keeping people informed and helping people in Toronto, Mississauga, and Hamilton in their real estate journey. If there's ever anything I can do to help with yours, feel free to reach out, book a call using the Calendly link in the description below, or just shoot me a text and I'm happy to connect. Let's get into it. But before I jump into the numbers, I will mention that July and August tend to be the slowest months of the year as people are at the cottage, they're enjoying summer, they're not thinking about real estate. So these numbers should be taken with a little grain of salt or sand if you're at the beach. But I will counter that by saying historically the majority of home sales happen in the first half of the year. Will that trend continue this year, or maybe will we see the inverse as we're in a declining interest rate market? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now let's look at the numbers, starting with the volume of sales across the GTA, which has been on a steady decline over the last number of months, dropping from just over 6,200 in June of this year to under 5,400 in July, though they're actually up 3% from the same time last year. TREB, the Toronto Real Estate Board, is attributing this slight increase in sales from last year to the rate cuts, which we'll discuss more of later. As they said, it was encouraging to see an uptick in July sales relative to last year. We may be starting to see a positive impact from the Bank of Canada's rate cut announcement in June and July. We'll need more data before we can make any conclusions because the drop between June and July is really part of that transition from spring market to summer market, so the decline there is somewhat expected. Now, the number of new homes that came on the market in July was at 16,296. That's down from June's 18,000, but up 18.5% from this time last year in 2023. Not only was it up from last year, it's basically the highest we've seen in a July in the last 10 years, except for COVID. And these new listings are contributing to the total number of listings now on the market at 23,877, up ever so slightly from last month, but up a whopping 55.4% from this time last year. Bazinga! This, combined with the new listings continuing to come to market, mixed in with the lack of sales, and booyah, Toronto is all of a sudden in a buyer's market based on the Bank of Canada's gauge of sales to new listings ratio being below 40%. This is not something the Toronto market has seen again for many years. Though I will caveat that by saying another indicator we tend to use to determine market type are months of inventory, with 4 to 6 months of inventory being available indicate a buyer's market, and we are currently sitting at 3.2 across the entire GTA and 3.6 in the city of Toronto, which would suggest more of a balanced market, but either way, it's favoring the buyers over the sellers currently. In a recent survey by Zoocasa, 41.3% of potential buyers said they were unsure if it's the right time to buy. Their concern, surprisingly not interest rates. Instead, it's high home prices that 58% of respondents see as the biggest hurdle to affordability. Still, 31% of respondents still consider mortgage rates to be very important in their decision making. And interestingly, 53.7% of potential buyers plan to wait a year or longer before making a purchase, while others are just waiting for the right opportunity. Does this describe you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I know I've talked about this before, but there is opportunity for those who are ready. The increased inventory is allowing buyers to take their time, have options, include conditions in their offer, and potentially offer less than asking price, as the sale price to list price ratio in most areas is now under 100%, meaning in the city of Toronto, for example, it's 99%. So homes are selling 1% less than the asking price. But it's 98% in Mississauga, 95% in Halton Hills, and down to 82% in Caledon. So again, there could be opportunity out there, especially in the condo market that has slowed to a snail's pace, with home sales and prices coming down monthly. Now, let's get into everyone's favorite, the average price, which in July was $1,106,617, down $56,000 from $1,162,167 in June, about a 5% drop. So maybe not huge, but do you think it's now the effect of the snail's pace home price sales over the last months finally trickling into the price of housing? Or is it maybe just due to seasonality? Either way, it's a drop nonetheless, and not something we're really used to seeing in Toronto home prices. Also, it's just down a pinch under 1% from the same time last year. I do find this all interesting because yes, technically having more homes come on the market and less people buying should provide opportunities for buyers like I mentioned. And it's taken some time to trickle into the stats, but it's now looking like we might be starting to see the effect of it. How much downward pressure this can all have on home prices is anyone's guess, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. In the comments of some of my other recent videos, people have been predicting that home sale prices are going to go down 60%. Do you think we'll see prices come down that much? These are average numbers from across the GTA, so as you could probably guess, different market segments, meaning detached homes versus condos versus townhomes, and different areas like Mississauga versus Vaughan can all vary greatly. So to discuss your personal journey, feel free to reach out, book a call using the Calendly link below, or again, just shoot me a text. Many of us predicted, including myself, that once the Bank of Canada started lowering rates, buyers would return to the market and would potentially push prices back up. Well, we were wrong. And you know who else was wrong? Sellers. They've flocked to the market, listings have surged, and many have been sitting idly on the market now, wondering where all the buyers went, especially in the condo market. If you haven't heard, the Toronto condo market is a ghost town. Struggling since 2023, and with currently over 70% of active listings in Toronto being condos, it's creating a buyer's market with inventory levels reaching unprecedented heights. However, despite the high inventory, like I said, nobody's really buying and prices haven't really dropped significantly yet, which could change if inventory remains high for the next few months. So either inventory will continue to build, leading to further price drops, or listings will decrease as sellers pull their properties off the market, stabilizing prices. Some believe the condo market will rebound in the coming years due to factors like mortgage resets and an influx of new immigrants. The immediate outlook suggests a challenging period ahead for condo sellers, but opportunity for buyers who are looking to get into the market. And getting into the market should be the goal if you're ready. A lot of people have unrealistic expectations of the type of home they feel they should have off the bat. Getting into a condo before scaling into a larger home is a great tried and true path to home ownership. Again, if I can ever do anything to help, or if you just want to pick my brain, I'm here to help. Book a call, shoot a text, happy to connect. Till then, see you on the next one.